Have you ever had a sudden moment of clarity? A moment where everything just seemed to fall into place and the world around you became brighter and more connected? This is what is known as a state of awakening. But as fleeting as it may be, it's not enough to sustain lasting spiritual growth. It's like waking up, but not growing up. To truly mature and evolve on our spiritual journey, we must pass through the stages of spiritual maturation, where our beliefs and our perspectives undergo a profound transformation. To truly transform ourselves, we must be earnest in our endeavours. Hi, I'm Jamie, and I run the Yogic Tradition, which is a school for higher experiential learning and spiritual development. We've helped hundreds of aspirants over the years find clarity in themselves by giving them the proven tools and structure to create a deep connection with life and abide in a deep sense of fulfillment. And if you want to see how we do that, you can access our free training series below. See, in the realm of spirituality, there lies a firm distinction between two pathways of growth and understanding. There's states of awakening, and then there's stages of awakening. And this ancient knowledge has been passed down from guru to disciple, from teacher to student through the millennia. It's said that states can be attained by anyone. A big blast of Shakti in the system, for example, or some otherworldly mystical experience can be attained by anyone at any moment, offering a fleeting glimpse perhaps into higher realms of consciousness. While the stages, however, are a more gradual and unfolding journey of spiritual maturity. So, okay then, what's a state of awakening? Well, a state of awakening can come in many different ways. It's essentially that something in you has touched something deeper than the physical reality. Perhaps you're blasted off into infinity for a moment, and that's quite groundbreaking inside of ourselves. Now, these states, they typically happen spontaneously, and they may last a moment to a few hours to several weeks or months or even years. See, individuals might feel peace, joy, bliss, and unity with the world, and these experiences can really be triggered by anything, spiritual practice, life events, but generally happen because somebody is suffering. But they are temporary, and they do fade over time. See, a state offers us an opportunity, doesn't it? It's a portal, it's perhaps a vision. It's showing us of what our life could be if we're willing to do the work. If something like this has happened to you, though, and you want to start doing the work, then feel free to download our app, Undercover Yogi. You can access that down below. Here we've got free yoga, free live Q&As, and we give you access to our Sangha, which is a community of like-minded individuals to help you deepen on your spiritual path. So to hold on to these higher states for longer periods of time, that requires us to deepen into our spiritual maturity. And that typically happens in 7 stages. Now, this isn't an exhaustive list, but generally, the first stage, we have some kind of awakening experience. This might be one of these states that we're talking about. There's perhaps a recognition that there's something more to life, more than just material pursuits, and the beginning for a search for meaning ensues. Then stage 2, seeking. The exploration of different spiritual paths, beliefs, and seeking guidance and direction in the journey. And that's what we're here for, should you wish. Number 3, surrender. Letting go of old beliefs, attitudes, and behaviours that no longer serve. And a deeper surrender to a higher power, in a sense, is allowed through the system because we trust. And, well, usually because we're in a shed load of pain because life doesn't go the way that we want it to. But there's that. Number 4, commitment. This is where we begin making a conscious choice, more and more so, to commit to our spiritual path and actively working towards spiritual growth through our sadhana. Stage 5, transformation. A profound inner shift in perspective and a reordering of our values and our priorities. Stage 6, embodiment. This is integration. So we're integrating the spiritual insights that we've learned in the previous stages, and we're using our practices to try and live this stuff out in our daily life, so we become a living expression of one's lived experiences. Number 7, enlightenment. a state of full awakening and realization of one's true nature and the oneness with all things. See, it's important to note though that these 7 stages, they're not linear, and individuals might move back and forward depending on where they're at in their life during various times in their spiritual journey. So healing's not linear in a sense. But while stages are a gradual and incremental process of growth and development, states of awakening offer us a sudden and profound glimpse into higher states of consciousness, isn't it? The problem is that these states of awakening, whilst powerful and obviously transformative, and sometimes a little bit dangerous and shocking, are generally temporary though, and they do fade over time. This is where the journey of spiritual development comes in, the stages, helping us to integrate these experiences into our daily lives and bring about lasting spiritual transformation, which is what we all want, really. We might say we want these wonderful states of beings, but you don't, because once a state of being is over and done with, you're only coming back to presence anyway. And this is where true spiritual maturity can begin to develop. So by recognizing the difference between states and stages, we can begin to understand that spiritual growth is certainly a continuous journey with both ups and downs, but ultimately leading us to a place of greater understanding and realization in oneself. And that's all felt. It's a feeling journey. So next time you have a big blast of Shakti in the system, or you blast off into the infinite or get into one of these states, then of course that's cool. Embrace it. But recognize that it's just one step, one stage of the path in a much larger path. And sometimes this path can get confusing, especially if you do enter one of these states. So we must be sure to watch this video here, isn't it? So we can understand what a firework awakening, a Kundalini awakening is in you, because maybe that's what's gone on in you, and what a more gradual awakening will look like. One's not better or worse, but we're going to look at that in this one here.